Beautiful. Alrighty. Well, uh, Deshawn, first, thank you so much for joining. We've been going back and forth on this project for a while now, and we've been, talking about the music video and the playlist, and it's just really cool to like finally be here and like talk about the stuff we wanted to talk about and whatnot. So, I know you're busy. I know you're traveling. So thanks for carving out a few minutes.
Thank you for having me, for real. It's my pleasure.
Right on. So I know we got some specific questions here for you, but a couple of random ones I wanted to ask you about. I didn't realize you skate. I saw you posted some clips.
Yeah, so uh I started recording in 2018. I started just rapping in general in 2017. But before that, like my whole life was devoted to skateboarding and acting.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Um, so I won't take up our whole time talking about those, but let me just linger on the skateboarding piece for a minute. Like, how deep in the world are you? And your shovets look good, but like, are you on Thrasher every day? Are you like following certain skaters? If so, who? Like, what's your investment there, if you will?
Well, now these days, I'm not too involved with it just because of the timing and everything. I don't really have the time to really indulge in that as heavy. But from time to time, like I'll be on like barracks or stuff like that. I'll be on
Yeah.
specific skaters pages like Ishad Ware. Um, from time to time I'll go on like Nigel Houston's page, like but nothing like too serious these days.
Yeah. Shad's my favorite. The guy. Well, I don't know if him and Mark Sushu is he with the one Sodi last year. Those two guys are. I mean, it changes all the time, but my God, Shad is so good on
Yeah.
like everything. Anyway, so I would obviously I can't skate anymore either, just because like I'm getting old. Like, I can't. Anytime I jump off of something, it hurts. But anyway, it's fun to follow. Um,
Yeah.
and so, okay, and then acting, like, I mean, if it's top secret or anything, that's cool too. But how'd you find yourself there? What'd you work on?
So when I was but also by the on the skateboarding real quick, when I
Yeah,
was a sophomore, I ended up getting sponsored by this company in Southern California.
that's sick.
It wasn't like a huge company or anything. It was like a small one. They were called People Clothing Company, but they would send me boards and shoes like every boards and clothes every month. So that was dope. But as far as this acting, that was actually like the very first thing I wanted to do growing up because I would watch Disney Channel and be like, oh, I want to be on Disney Channel. So freshman year came and I did theater all 4 years. And I actually did a good amount of plays. One of the plays I ended up being the lead, and I got on what is it, Cat Radio? I think it's called.
Okay,
It's one of the local radios in Sacramento. But yeah, yeah.
that's sick. Okay, so first shout out people. Was it like they just do store graphics, or did they like run their own? Or excuse me,
Yeah,
like other brands graphics, or they have their own?
they had their own.
That's sick. Okay. And that like, did you have a favorite like type of like genre of play? Either now or then, or like what do you really kind of stories do you gravitate to?
I always just in general, even like with movies, personally, I like romantic comedies
Nice. Right
because
on.
I feel like
Uh,
it's the closest to like real life type stuff.
yeah. Yeah. No, I really okay, last question that I probably I'll get to the music. Um, but like who same kind of like along the same lines of the skater question, like which actors or actresses like have your eye these days? Like, does anybody inspire you with their work or creativity, anything like that?
Um, growing up, it was really just most of the kids on Disney Channel or like Nickelodeon. I couldn't really give you specifics, but it was just all of them in general, and just the feeling that they gave of like, damn, you can be so young and still do this.
Yeah. The age thing is like I can't imagine. I couldn't memorize a line right now to save my life, let alone like as a kid. So and a lot of them have gone on to do like a lot of like Hollywood type work, but a lot of them have like gone into other worlds too, which is crazy. So um, anyway, that was a fun little tangent. Thanks for humoring me. All right, so the first thing I wanted to ask you about specifically is your creative process. So, like when you're making a song, music video, EP, LP, whatever it may be, do you have a like routine? Do you find like creativity in a specific place or process, or is it all ad hoc? How's that work for you?
Um, so first I like to live a little, I definitely try to record all the time, but I don't it's like a practice type thing. It's not really like you're in like if you're playing basketball the on season, it's just like you're just practicing. So it's nothing too serious. But when I live a little and then I think of like a concept of like a moment in time. And it usually, it just starts from the first song and I get a vibe from that first song and I'm like, okay, well, this isn't capturing everything that I'm feeling in this moment of time. And then I try to find, beats or just feelings wise when I create music that match it and then go from there type stuff.
Hmm.
I'm not really a huge like when I'm creating music, I'm not really a huge like think of singles type of person. I'm more so like think of full bodies of work and then take singles from that.
Hmm. Hmm. Has it changed over time? Like, did you try focusing on singles and it just like didn't work, or has that kind of always been where you
Mm,
operate?
I think when I first started, I was very much singles, just because I honestly I didn't really want to do music in the first place. I
Mm.
really was doing it to motivate a friend. So it was just like, oh, I'm just gonna drop this song and it is what it is. But then I ended up going to a Saba show and it just felt like it was like a moment in time where the universe stopped and it felt like I was on stage rapping to him.
Hmm.
And
Oh,
then from
that's
there it was like,
that's a
we're
really cool way to put it.
definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, a few things to follow up on there. So, obviously, it's stuck. Not kind of not wanting to make music, and stuck with it. Is that friend still making music? Do you guys collaborate at all anymore?
Um so he's always made music, he just never put it out. Um
Gotcha.
and we ended up creating two songs that we shot visuals to last year. But since then, he hasn't dropped anything. I think he's still just working in the background. He's very
Yeah.
much so a perfectionist. So, he likes to make sure it's all right before he puts it out. But yeah, we're here.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I think that's I mean that's really cool too. Just like art for art's sake, or like for your own sake, and just like harboring that and hold that. It's really special as well. So anyway, hats off to that person. And we also did, obviously not a collaborative group, but we did an album club for Saba's most recent album. Um,
Mm,
which is, I mean, amazing. And I don't know, we could probably spend another whole conversation talking about that alone. But that's a really cool, like, so that line, like you're rapping to him, is like sticking with me. That's a really really cool way to put it.
I don't
Um,
even know how that happened, but it literally like the universe just did some weird stuff, and I was like, whoa.
that's so cool. And like, not, I feel like that moment alone, if it just like existed in that moment and never became anything else, would be awesome. But the fact that it's like spawned this career and like different trajectory as well is like, I mean, that's so cool. Did you see him in Sacramento, or did you go travel to see him somewhere else?
Um, I think it was San Francisco.
Okay.
But I seen him in 2017 for the first time, and then I went back when Care for Me came out and seen him in 2018 as well.
Okay. Any chance you'll keep it going and see him on? I mean, and
Oh,
actually, I think he just finished his tour.
I just seen him actually a couple months ago in Atlanta too. So yeah,
That's so
every,
cool for
every project.
a few good things. Okay, awesome. I mean, how was it? I mean, it must have been amazing.
It was amazing because one, it was good to see him again and just get that the rejuvenation, I guess. But also it was just amazing to see his progress as well. Like the very first show I went to was when the bucket list was like fairly new. So there wasn't that many people there. It was pretty intimate. And he even like stayed after the show and talked to like every single one of us. Um,
That's
and
cool.
then, bucket list, it got a little bigger. But this one, for a few good things, it was like, I think he said 1,000 or 1,200 people there. So it was pretty bad, pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah, and maybe let me know if I'm, maybe this resonates with you, maybe it doesn't, but um, like, I will say, like, I follow some fan follow his music, but I'm not like I don't like live with it, so to speak, for lack of a better phrase. But like I just always have admired how he's like obviously does the independent thing, but like owns the process, and you can really tell like over time he's I just haven't met him, so I don't know, but like it seems like he's really like matured and like mastered process in some way, and as I try to like get this little thing off the ground, maybe you feel it as an artist as well. Like I've just really come to admire people who can like do a lot either on their own or like orchestrate a team to do it.
Def-
So I mean, the music itself is excellent and amazing, but the growth and trajectory of that independent path is just like striking to me now. With just having that little bit of empathy. So anyway, um, I'm jealous he's not. I guess is the short way of saying that.
no,
Um,
definitely.
so you're in Atlanta now, right?
Correct.
I'm curious, like, when did you move to, like, how long have you been there now?
I got here June 1st of last year, actually.
Oh, okay, so just about a year. Um, I, not to like get too out there or anything, but like, how does it feel to be there, maybe creatively, and how does that differ from, you know, creating back at home in Sacramento, California? Is the energy like different in any way? Just curious about how that's changed for
Definitely,
you.
definitely a difference in a lot of things, specifically energy. Definitely a difference in energy because Atlanta is very much more fast paced,
Mm-hmm.
um, as well as it's a larger scale of creatives around you. Sacramento, the city is big, but I mean anywhere you go, it's big but very small. But it's
Mm-hmm.
not like the epicenter where a lot of people try to go to, nor think about too much. So coming here and knowing like, the amount of people that are here already, but then also people that's coming and people that, want to come, like it's just a greater volume of creatives with
Mm-hmm.
any avenue, photography, modeling, acting, so yeah, it's definitely a lot more as far as energy and
Yeah, yeah,
motivation as well.
for sure. I mean, I'm not there, so I'm just guessing, but I can only imagine like, seeing a lot of people, grind and hustle and like try to get whatever they're working on off the ground. Like it would be hard to see that and not feel, I would imagine, some, energy, motivation, whatever to kind of do the same.
Yeah,
Um,
but then also, and my bad to cut you off, it's also it kind of, in a way, it gives me more motivation looking at Sacramento as well because I'm not
mhm,
there, so to speak. So it's like I can see what they have going on and seeing them, rise as well and get their name out there more. So it's like, oh yes, I'm happy for my city. You know what I mean? So
for
it's
sure.
it's a win-win either way.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And you want to see, your roots, like everybody you grew up with, just the area in general. Like, you want to see those people succeed too, and it's special when they do, when it happens. And I say that. So I recently moved back to California, but I was back east for a little while.
Okay.
And same kind of thing. Like I'm outside, looking in. I'm like, oh man, kind of like people are doing it. People are doing their thing, and it's just cool to see. So I get that.
Definitely.
Um, so and then kind of like pivoting a little. Oh, actually, one random thing I was going to say on that. I feel like obviously not being in Atlanta, I feel like I hear a lot about, to your point, like people converging on the city in a way like you hear people like a lot of people talking about like Austin or Houston as kind of these like new hubs of innovation and creativity. Um, and Atlanta might be right up there. I mean, again, you're there and I'm not, but it seems like it's gaining a lot of momentum. So
Definitely. One thing I'm noticing from being over here as well is there's always been a lot of talent to come from Atlanta,
hmm
as well as they're very much like when I wasn't in Atlanta, I would hear about how everybody, tries to lift each other and they all try to like extend a hand to each other. And the more I'm here, the more I'm realizing that's very much true. Like, uh, as long as you have the right intentions, everybody around you wants to see you succeed. So I love that.
yeah, that's super cool. I'm glad to hear that. That's you know a part of your life and experience there as well. So anyway, in addition to kind of talking about the creative process, I had also pulled out a handful of lyrics from the playlist you made. Which, number one was awesome. Number two, congrats on 300K. That's a big number, man. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
um,
Uh,
does that like well, again? I'll get to the questions I jotted down in a second, but like, does that sort of number like I don't even know, for lack of a better phrase, resonate? Or are you just like plowing ahead? Is it is there another big round number you're looking at? That's kind of a weird question, but like I guess how does it feel to reach that point?
for me, in all honesty, that's honestly one of my problems that I've always had. I never am able to just bask in the moment, so to speak. Like, I'm always like, all right, well, what's next? Or, okay, I'm here, but I want to get here. So let's keep going. You know what I mean? And I'm slowly realizing like, it's okay to just take a breath sometimes. Like, it's okay to calm down and just like realize like, yo, you actually are doing a lot. You know what I mean? So soak it in for a second and then get ready for the next steps.
Yeah, yeah, it's a blessing and a curse, right? Like it keeps pushing. The ability to keep pushing is again just kind of something I've like kind of picked up from this project is no small feat because it's easy to stop at any point. So on one hand, like it keeps you going, but on the other hand, like there's a lot of you're right, there's a lot of value to just like appreciating um, the accomplishment too. So anyway, from someone who's not in it in the way that you are, congrats, because that's awesome and it deserves that moment you're talking about, the moment of appreciation. So um,
Thank you.
anyway, starting so I think the first song on the playlist was Eden, and just again really small quick line I pulled out, slapping the good vibes was in there. And like what music, what experiences bring you good vibes? I guess that kind of goes back to the creativity question, but like that concept of flow when you kind of like lose track of time. What are some of the things that get you to that point?
Um, one thing about me is I don't have a specific type of like uh one genre that I like to listen to that gets me in good vibes. I actually try to have an open mind to every genre, no matter what. Even like country, like um for me it all comes down to what I have going on in that period of time mixed with is what this person is saying or the energy that I'm getting from this resonating and meeting that in the middle.
hmm
And from there, like, um, that's all that matters. I've never been one to be super big on, you know, uh, people having like the most bars. Um, like that's cool. I still appreciate it a lot. And sometimes I'll hear stuff and I'm like, ooh, but at the end of the day, like I like again, as long as it resonates with me, it could just be them like harmonizing and it's like, oh damn, this is hidden right now. You know,
Yeah,
that's all that matters to me.
for sure. Speaking of the open mind, is there anything that's like surprised you recently? Anything you've heard that may or may not have been on your radar? And to your voice, ooh, that was like perfect.
As far as like music that I've been listening to,
Yeah, music. I guess anything creative, really. But uh, any
uh,
pleasant surprises in that regard? Yeah.
yeah, actually, my friend just put me on to, I don't know if it's a group or just uh one lady called Men I Trust.
Okay.
Um, I think it's like I was actually just listening to it 10 minutes ago. It's um it's pop, I guess, but it's like a very, very chill. It gives me like LA vibes, mixed with like house, I guess you could say. And I'm like, oh wow, this is actually fire.
Nice. All right. Men I trust. Is that it?
Men I
Cool. All
Trust.
right. Top of the list after this. um, and again, kind of just picking lyrics here. So speaking of time, I think there's a line in there that's like, I need a house with a view. And maybe going back to the comment about just like big numbers and whatnot, what does success mean to you? And how's it changed, if at all?
I used to think success was me being able to um not work a 9 to 5, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been like $1 million because I've never really cared too much about. I never put too much emphasis on a dollar value, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm realizing more and more success and in the simplest form is just me feeling free. Me feeling like I can go out and do things without stressing about X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
as long as I get to that, then I feel like I'm achieving success.
Yeah. Is that so? I think that kind of last like phrasing is interesting. Like, is it something that is trying to think about how to say this, like an active pursuit in that like you're there and then maybe you're not for a moment, or is it like a goal, like an end zone type thing, like you get it, you're like
Mm,
check it off the list kind of thing.
I mean,
Just curious how. Sorry.
it, no, you're good. It's definitely like half and half because I feel like as well, I can only speak for myself. I guess I'm always gonna be like, okay, I'm here. Now let's try to get here. But
Hmm.
I think it's very much gonna start when I am just comfortable, I guess not working a 9 to 5 and just comfortable like taking trips and business meetings and stuff like that. Even if it's still like, not the simplest of times, where I'll have rough days or whatever, but it's just the feeling of like, okay, I'm doing this. This is what
Hmm.
I set out to do. I'm pursuing music and I don't have to worry about, oh, I have to go to work at wherever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, so I'm kind of gonna also pivot a little bit here, just in the interest of time. So um, you filming the music video coming out. I think it's tomorrow, right? Friday.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So we can talk about that for a few minutes. How does it feel to have that so close? What were some of your like creative inspirations, like creative inputs to the process? Anything that's not top secret that you can share about it?
So as far as it coming out tomorrow, I'm actually very excited because I've always enjoyed visuals where it wasn't just standing in front of the camera and reciting the words or whatever. Like it's actually story behind it. And this one, it's actually no rapping to the camera, with the exception of the hook, but it's how do I say it? It's even in that, it's still like you ever see those movies where something is going on and then somebody like breaks the fourth wall and like is
Yeah,
talking. So it's
yeah.
it's it's like that. So even in that, it's like it's still not a typical, stand there rap.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm very much excited for that. And as far
Cool.
as the direction and everything. I actually, well, I wrote, I want to say 80% of this. I gave the ending, um, the last verse to the song. I have a homie, his name is Dame La Soul, and I gave him the freedom to come up with his concept for the ending part. But it still all flows. You'll see it. It all flows together in the end, and yeah, I'm just glad we got it all together.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of same. So it sounds like it came together well. Um, I'm obviously I'm biased, right? But like I'm pumped. Like we've been talking about this for a while now. Got little teasers the last couple of days. I've been listening to the music a ton. It just in the lead up to this conversation. So man, I'm pumped. I can't wait. um, and kind of it sounds like it went back a little bit to your acting and like movie and like cinema days as well.
Definitely, and
Yeah.
it was fun because, um, you're around people that you really respect, and when everybody's having a good time, it just adds to like, we get to make this, and everybody's having a good time, so it's like
Yeah.
double, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. That's a really special energy. Um, this is a kind of a question I like to ask, but is there anything people should keep in mind, like prior to watching the final product, that may help them understand it or connect with it on a deeper level than they may if they just kind of saw it cold?
Um, I would say the one thing to keep in mind, which basically I guess is the overall message of the whole video, is just stay true to yourself, and be thankful for what you have, and not envious of what you don't.
Hmm. I like that. It's actually really interesting you said that. So again, I kind of ask this question to people when they release work and talk about it. And that's the second time in 3 interviews. The second time someone said like either stay true to yourself or show up for yourself. So um, it's just I'm just kind of saying it out loud. It's interesting that that's kind of a recurring theme. Um, so anyway, just almost at the end here. I got two more quick questions for you. But so the video releases tomorrow. Is there anything else you have on the radar that you want to start to let people know about? Again, top secret. Don't worry about it. But
It's perfect. So, you know, I was gonna make a quick 5-song project, um, but I just kept going, and it ended up being like 9 or 10 songs. So, uh, and I haven't even really talked about this, but yeah, I have like 9 or 10, a 9 or 10 song project coming as well. It's probably gonna be in a couple months, but Um, I definitely already got the promo video shot for that and everything as well. So I'm gonna let this video ride for a few weeks, and then yeah, we're gonna switch gears and go to that. And it's definitely gonna be this project is definitely gonna be more of a warm feeling.
mm, right in time for summer. It's perfect.
Yeah.
We love a surprise album. It sounds like you've been busy. Just but I guess when creativity strikes, you gotta go. Um, and then my last question for you. I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about the line like your favorite artist's favorite. I think it's oftentimes artist. But I was kind of the approach of this project is we take an album focus or typically an album focus, but like if you have, I won't make you pick one, but like, do you have a handful of albums that you can listen to like front to back, no skips, like your pantheon favorite albums? If you were to pick a few, do you have a couple, or what would they be?
Definitely.
I'm sure you got a few.
I was actually just talking to my friends about this the other day. Uh, First and foremost, Kanye West graduation, because that project was the first project that really made me fall in love with hip hop. Like I've listened to it before, but that one was really like, oh, okay, this one is really connecting with me. Um, Chance the Rapper, Acid Rap, uh, Saba, the bucket list. Well, actually, Saba, all of Saba's projects, but
Okay.
Isaiah Rashad, um, all of them, but specifically the Sun's Tirade,
Yeah.
um, No Name, Telephone, Mick Jenkins, the healing component, Erica Badu, Baduism. Yeah,
That's a record.
there's a lot. There's definitely a lot.
All right. Well, that's a hell of a list. That'll do it. But anyway, I'll let you go. Thank you again for your time. I've been looking forward to this. This is an awesome conversation, and can't wait to see the video. Can't wait to hear the record when the or EP or whatever it is when the time's right. But congrats on all the hard work and success. And yeah, we'll be following. So cheers.
Before we go, I also want
Yeah.
to say thank you as well for reaching out. And another thing as well, I know, and this is for all of us, I know at certain times we may look to the left and to the right and feel like we have to be certain places, but we're right where we're supposed to be. And you're definitely doing something that I applaud because I don't see anyone doing it actually. So as long as you keep up with it, you're gonna be right where you want to be. And I'm happy I got to be a part of it in the beginning.
Yeah, well, I mean, I appreciate the kind words. I think I hit you up via random, like out of like cold DM. So I appreciate you even just taking a moment to respond to that. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. Like you said, it's easy to kind of get lost in the day to day, and like when it doesn't blow up overnight, you're like, oh damn, like what am I working on? But those I've personally found that it's like the little words of encouragement from people we all admire like yourself, that it's like having a jetpack in some ways, just like kind of keeps you going. So anyway, thank you for the kind words. Let's stay in touch and link up again for another one of these when the time's right, because again, can't excited to see what you got coming.
Well,
So
definitely, definitely.
all right, cool. I'll send you this afterwards if you want to chop it up, post it, whatever. It's all yours. So yeah, I'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. And you
All right,
enjoy the rest of your day.
thank you. You too. Have a good one.